big week for Ajax over in the Eredivisie as they beat FC Twente, and the nearest and dearest PSV had a shock defeat up against AZ Alkmaar. We'll take a look at what that's done to the table, and of course this week's picks coming up next. Once again with another prediction show today. We're taking a look at match number 17 out on the Eredivise. Blade on the shit, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, stop what you're doing, swallow what you're doing, and subscribe. Of course, we'll keep you bang up to date with all things Eredivisie related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related, under one Ruski, of course. It is all guns blazing right here, right now. This is probably the last time you'll see me. Well, that's a bit bold. But of course, we're planning on doing the next round of matches across Europe live. So we're going to be doing the next one of these Dutchies live. So make sure you come by for that. But anyway, a big shout out, of course, to the patrons supporting the channel behind the scenes. You know who you are, of course, those lovely, beautiful men and women, of course, supporting the channel behind the scenes. I do appreciate that, guys. And if anyone else is out there and wants to join those very, very special people, of course, check out that link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. But anyway, let's take a look at what I'm talking about. Of course, last weekend, let's get it, or last midweek, should I say, VT's Arnhem. They took care of business against Utrecht, of course, get themselves back into the discussion as well, up to third now on the table, with a 1-0 win over Utrecht. Danilo Doki getting the goal for the hosts on this one. Actually went with a 2-1 win myself. Not too shabby, boys. Not too shabby as well. Heracles Almelo, they also beat FC Emmen with a 4-0 win. Actually went with just the 1-0, but not too shabby as well. Zinas Bakis with a hat-trick, actually. Very Vlet getting a goal for Heracles as they got the points, and of course they kept on moving on. Meanwhile, PSV Eindhoven, is the one. They lost at home to AZ Alkmaar. I think it was two Cooper Miners, a couple of goals there. Calvin Stings as well, and there was a stinging one as well, giving them 3 goals. Philip Max getting the 1 goal for PSV as they had a shock defeat. Actually went with a 3-2 win for PSV, so not happy with that in my eyes. Anyway, meanwhile, Fortuna Sittard against Sparta, and there was a 1-0 win for Sparta, and they got on bang on the bloody nose, lads. Lennart Ty getting the goal for Sparta, giving themselves another win as they had a good season so far, up to 8th in the table. Meanwhile, VVV-Venlo smashed, of course, ADO Den Haag with a 4-1 win. Actually, with a 1-0 win for VVV. Of course, the goal scorers, Giannoska Kukumas, got himself 4 goals. Goodness gracious me. What do they call that? Turkey? I don't know. Sami Buadard getting the 1 goal for Den Haag. Unfortunately, they look into a bit of bother at the moment. VVV on the climb, of course. Meanwhile, Feyenoord did put the pressure on, or are applying the pressure on Ajax with a 1-0 win over PEC Zwolle. 1-0 in the end. Lewis Sinstestra getting the goal for Feyenoord to give them the double action with a 3-0 win. Not too shabby as well. Heerenveen against Waalwijk ended up all square, 1-1 in the end. Actually went with Heerenveen on this one with a 2-1 win. But Henk Verman and Ricard Van der Vijn getting the goals for Waalwijk in the end. My boys 20 suffered a defeat to Ajax. I actually called the right amount of goals. I actually winning the 4-goal thriller. Actually was a 4-goal thriller, but going in favour of Ajax with a 3-1 win in the end. Back to winning ways. Sebastian Haller on his debut, plays 7 minutes, bangs a goal. Of course, I think that'll be a top signing for them. I thought it just didn't work out for him at West Ham. Klaus-Jan Huntelaar scoring goals as well, still with a couple of himself. Giuliano Pelzaguzzo getting the goal for Twente as they suffered the defeat as well to fall out to the top 5, top 6. And wrapping it up, it was Willem II up against Groningen as a 3-2 win for Groningen. We were waiting on that one last night. Mo El Hankouri on the score sheet with a couple of goals there. Coke in Kankuga getting the goal as well for Groningen. Chell Nunley, of course, Shane Nunley and Wesley Dammers getting the goal for Willem II as well. As you can see, I did pretty good. 2, 4, 6 out of 9. Ain't too shabby. It's not brilliant, but of course I think there's a couple of other special ones out there. This is the table as it stands, though. I actually charged by 3 points, but it could all change this week as first go up against second, or second up against first, or it is first up against second, as Feyenoord just 3 points adrift. Just 1 defeat so far this season. VT's Arnhem up to third. In fact, mathematically, VT's Arnhem could also go top of the table. Oh my goodness, it's so crazy. It's so exciting out in the old Dutchlands, of course. PSV Eindhoven up to 4th at the moment, Alkmaar up to 5th. There on the climb, Groningen 6th, and Twente down to 7th. Emmen, Willem II going down. ADO Den Haag not too far away either. But let's take a look at how you all got on in La Prediction League. Here we go. Not 3 in the shit-face game, 47 straight-face, 8+, you're in the top bins. Esquivel, well done, well done, well done. Not too bad. Lars 123 did bits. Okay, also did shite. Tom Steiner also did a shocker, but it's okay. It's alright. Ivan Stringer did shite. Gaming Charlie did bits. Yannick also did bits as well. Frost also did very, very well as well. Kobe Kabayato also did good. Nathan Eva not too shabby. Ultra Omamia also did very, very well. And Matt Gunner did bits. Omaji Monday, he did alright. Olaji Joe, he did okay. Gerard Mendes also did good. And Shepard also did very, very well as well. Well done, well done, well done. This is the leaderboard. leaderboard for this week. If your name is okay, just don't look at it. Just don't look at it. But if your name is, of course, if your name is Shepherd or Gaming Charlie, take a bloody bow, because you are the kingpins for this week. You wear the crown with pride. Of course, here we go, though. It's the overall leaderboard. This is what really matters. And, of course, we have a familiar name at the top of the charts. It is Ruffles of Frost. I was going to say, did he have the day off? No, he's down there. He's down there in 5th. But Matt Gunn also keeping up the heat. Omar Esquivel and Omar G Monday in the top 5. Yeah, Buster did bits. Who had the day off? I think LG and Cow had the day off. Is he not in there? He didn't participate. So he's down as 12th. He could bounce back a little bit. Who else? Who else had Liam 2000? Did he have the day off? I think he had the day off. He's down to 10th. Yep. Any more? Gaming Charlie's in there. I'm sure he's in there. Gaming Charlie? No, he's top spot. Come on, sort it out, son. Anyway, let's take a look at the next round of matches. Let's get into it. Starting off with FC Emmen up against VT's Arnhem. Now, these games start from Saturday all the way through Sunday, and then, of course, we'll be looking to get the next round of matches. They've played each other in the past 5 times, just 1 win for Emmen, 2 wins for VT's, and, of course, 2 draws. But the last time out in Emmen was a 2-1 win for Emmen back in November 2019. Mikkel Dan Leuve on the score with Nikolai Lausen. Nured Diko getting the goal for VT's Arnhem as they lost. Emmen have actually lost 9 last 11 matches in the Eredivise, and they've also conceded at least 3 goals in the last 3 matches. They come to this, though, just 1 win in the past 6. That one was in the Dutch Cup up against FC Groningen, of course. On the flip side, just 1 defeat in the past 5 games for VT's. That was against AZ Alkmaar at the back end of 2020. Look at this, maybe they've started 2021 in tip-top shape. Look at the bookies on this one. 90-4 for Emmen, 72 is draw, 50-8 for VT's. VT's coming to us in 3rd in the table, and guess what? They could go doubly on a win for them. A little bit of lady luck as well. FC Emmen, of course, bottom of the table, and a win for them. They can't go anywhere. They're stuck there for the time being, but a win will get them the 3 points to edge a little bit closer to survival. But right now, they're not going to get it here. VT's Arnhem, as you can just about see, is a 2-0 win for VT's. It's there, you can see it. Just unless it's some weird ass some other figure, or it could be an 8 for FC 8-2. No, it's a 2-0. It's 2-0, I'm telling you. Meanwhile, Sparta Rotterdam taking on PSV. This one's difficult, of course. This one's tight. Played 110 times in the past. 19 wins for Rotterdam. They're playing good at the moment. PSV 65 wins for them. Ooh, I'm on a triple threat there. 26 draws, of course, but the last six of these 2 sides, 1 for Sparta, 4 for PSV, and 1 draw. Last time out in Sparta was, in fact, a draw. It was a 2-2 draw back in November 2019. Raga Aiki on score with Mohamed Reihi get a goal. Michael Sadlich and Cody Gakpo getting the goals for PSV. Eindhoven actually won 19 of the last 24 matches against Sparta in all comps. They've also scored at least 2 goals in 6 last 7 away matches against Sparta in recent times. Of course, they started 2021 in shit form, though, without a win. Of course, a defeat and a draw in their first 2 games of 2021. On the flip side, 4 wins in the past 6 games for Sparta, of course, losing to Feyenoord a couple of games back, also losing to Groningen as well. And both those games were at home. The away form seems to be much better. Look at the situation on the bookies on this one. 50-4 for Sparta, 65 is your draw, 30-8 is your PSV. PSV coming to this in 4th for them. For them, they could go 2nd. On the flip side, Sparta are actually up to 8th for the moment. With a win for them, they can close in onto top 7, but they won't get there this time. I've gone with a win for PSV on this, a 2-0 win away from home. Next up, we have Utrecht taking on Heracles Almelo. They played each other in the past 45 times, 19 wins for Utrecht, 30 wins for Almelo, and 13 draws, of course. But the last 6, 5 for Utrecht, 1 for Heracles, and no draws. Last time out in Utrecht was a 3-0 win for Utrecht. It looks like it must have been a playoff of some extent. It was in May 2019. Simon Gustafsson from the press and Jean-Christophe Belic as well. In fact, let me look at this. I think they played each other. Wow, it's confusing. They played each other in Heracles. It was a 2-0 win for FC Utrecht. I don't know why they played each other twice. There's an asterisk next to it. I don't know. Regardless, they won 3-0, and they've only lost once in the past 6 games. Utrecht are actually drawn the last 4 at home, and they come into this just one win in the past 6 games. That one was against FC Emmen, of course, towards the back end of 2020. On the flip side, just 1 defeat the past 4 games for Heracles. That 1 defeat was against VT's Arnhem, and that was at home as well. Look at the situation and the bookies on this one. 20-13 on for Utrecht. Red hot favourite. 65 is your draw. 15-4 is your Heracles. Heracles coming to this in 11th win for them. They could actually go as high as 8th in the table, whereas Utrecht coming to this in 10th win for them. They could also go as high as 8th in the table. I've gone with a 2-1 win for Utrecht on this one to take the points in the bag and to kick on up the table. PSV Zwolle take it on. Fortuna Sittard, of course. They played each other in the past 35 times. 20 wins for Zwolle, 8 wins for Sittard, and 7 draws. But the last 6 sees 2 wins apiece and 2 draws, including, in fact, last time around in Zwolle was a 3-1 win for Zwolle. That was back in November 19. Mustafa Sejmec, Lennart Tai, and Ilyas Belhazani getting the goals for Sittard. Vitaly Damascan getting the goal for, those were the goals for Zwolle. Vitaly Damascan getting the goal for Sittard. Almada Sis and Reza Kukajic get themselves sent off for the respective clubs. Zwolle have actually won their last 7 matches at home against Fortuna Sittard in all competitions, and Zwolle have actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 8 home matches against Sittard as well. They're coming to this though, just 1 win the past 6 games. That is Zwolle. On the flip side, just 1 defeat the past 6 games for Sittard. They're looking very, very good right now. The 1 defeat was, of course, against Sparta last time around. Let's take a look at the situation out in the bookies. On this one, we have PEC Zwolle 20-17 on for the victory, 45 draw, 11-4 is your Sittard. Sittard are actually up to 13th now, and with them, they could actually go as high as 10th in the table. PEC Zwolle are actually coming to this in 12th, and with them, they could also go as high as 10th in the table. Indeed, I've gone with a 0-0 draw on this one, which probably won't satisfy any of the 2 sides as they want to get away from that drop. So next up, we have AZ Alkmaar up to 5th at the moment, up against Den Haag, who are up to 16th at the moment. Played each other in the past 68 times, so 33 wins for Alkmaar, 21 wins for Den Haag, and 14 draws. That's correct. But the last 6 sees 3 for Alkmaar, 2 for Den Haag, and 1 draw, of course, but the last time out. And Alkmaar was a 4-0 win for AZ. That was back in March 2022. And Cooper Mines with a couple of goals there. Owen Winsdahl and Freddy Drucci getting the goals there for AZ. Heading into this, AZ have actually scored at least 2 goals in 13 last 15 home matches against ADO Den Haag in all comps. They come into this though without a defeat in 6. On the flip side, just 1 win the past 6 games for Den Haag. That one was against Waalwijk, of course, on the 9th of Jan. Look at the situation on the bookies on this one. 7-1 on for AZ on 52 is your 12-1 is your away win. Of course, Den Haag are in 16th spot, but for them they could actually go 15th. Of course, AZ are into 5th at the moment, and with them they could actually go as high as 4th in the table. Indeed, they'll get the win, 3-1 in the end, and put the points in the bag and can potentially move into that top 4. Next up, we have RKC Waalwijk up against Willem II. Played each other 44 times. 15 wins for Waalwijk, 23 wins for Wilhelm, and 6 draws, of course, but the last 6, 5 for Wilhelm, nothing for Waalwijk, and 1 draw. Last time out in Waalwijk was a 0-0 draw. In fact, back in 23rd of December 2012, Gabi Jallo and Teddy Chevalier get themselves sent off in those games. Willem II have actually lost 9 last 11 away matches in the Eredivise, and they've also won 5 last 6 matches against RKC Waalwijk heading into this. Both teams are in absolutely ropey-dopey form. Waalwijk unbeaten or without a win in 5. On the flip side, Wilhelm without a win in at least 6. And they're 4 points separate 2 sides in the table. Of course, look at the situation and the bookies on this one. We have RKC Waalwijk at 17-10 for the W, 35 is your draw, 29-20 is your Wilhelm. Of course, Wilhelm coming to 17th, and with them they could actually go as high as 16th. Waalwijk come into this in 15th, and with them they could actually go as high as 13th in the table. Another tight one here. I've gone with a draw on this one. Again, I can't separate the 2 sides. Next up, we have a fruity one. It's Groningen in 6th up against 20 in 7th. Of course, played each other the past 107 times, 27 wins for Groningen, 50 wins for 20, and 30 draws. But the last 6, 1 for Groningen, 3 for 20, and 2 draws. Last time out in Groningen was a 3-1 win for 20. Tikiko Nakamura on the score sheet, Aito Katabalala, and Haris Vucic as well on the score sheet for 20. Risto Doan, he's a nice player, on the score sheet for Groningen. Rahman, Pascal Lundqvist, and Mickey De Verik get themselves sent off for Groningen as they ended the game with 9 men. Heading into this, of course, so 20 have actually won their last 4 matches on the road. They come into this, though, 20, 3 wins and 3 defeats in the past 6 games. On the flip side, similar sort of form for Groningen, 3 wins, 2 defeats and a draw in the last 6 for Groningen. So ropey-dopey form for both these 2 sides. Of course, heading into this, 11-8 for Groningen, 9-4 is your draw, 2-1 is your 20. Of course, 20 coming to this in 7th, and with them they could actually go above Groningen into 6th, and with Groningen in 6th, they could go as high as 5th as above AZ Alkmaar. This one's tight as well. Gone with a 2-2 draw, point split right down the middle. Next up, we have VVV-Venlo up against Heerenveen. They played each other 23 times in the past. 1 win for Venlo, 30 wins for Heerenveen, and 9 draws. But the last 6 sees 3 for Heerenveen, 3 draws, and nothing for VVV-Venlo. Last time they played each other in Venlo was a 3-1 win, a 3-0 win for Heerenveen. Chedike Ajuke with a couple of goals there. Jens Odegaard as well. Heading into this, Heerenveen are undefeated in the last 15 matches against VVV in all comps. They've also failed to win their last 9 matches in the Eredivise. They come into this though in ropey-dopey form, looking for a win, of course. On the flip side, VVV picking up back-to-back wins, of course, in all competitions. In fact, both of them winning the league, beating Wilhelm and beating Den Haag. Teams they must beat at the foot of the table, which will, of course, ultimately give them survival. Look at the situation and the bookies on this one. 11-5 for VVV, 3-1 is draw. Even Stevens, that is. Heerenveen coming to this in 9th, and with them they could actually go high at 8th. Venlo are in 14th, and with them they could go as high as 10th in the table. Oh yeah, I think VVV will unfortunately lose this one with a 2-1 win for Heerenveen. Wrapping it up. Here's the fruity one. It is first up against second, of course. Ajax up against Feyenoord. Played each other 140 times in the past. 69 wins for Ajax, 33 wins for Feyenoord, and 38 draws. Over the last 6, he's 5 for Ajax, 1 for Feyenoord, and no draws. Last time out in Amsterdam was a 4-0 win for Ajax. That was back in October 2019. Hakim Ziyech, Nicolas Talafego, Almelo, David Neres, and Donny van der Beek on the score sheet. Of course, Ajax, of course, different times now, different players. Ajax undefeated in 31 of the last 34 matches against Feyenoord in all competitions. Feyenoord actually undefeated in 29 last 30 matches in the Eredivise. Of course, coming into 3 wins on the spin for Feyenoord. Of course, actually 4 wins in the past 5 games. On the flip side, 4 wins in the past 6 games for Ajax. Of course, a couple of draws in that mixture as well. Look at the situation, and the book is on this from 9-4 on for Ajax. That's 7-2 is draw. 61 is your away win. That is, of course, Feyenoord. A win for either of the 2 sides. They could go but a win for Ajax, they could open up a monstrous, they've already got a 3-point lead, they could open up a 6-point cushion over the chasing pack if they were to get the W. And I think that's what's going to happen this weekend. I've gone with a 3-2 win for Ajax. Goals galore, though. Goals galore in favour of Ajax. And if I'm right, which I hope so, this is what the table will look like at the end of it. It will only be a 3-point cushion, of course, with VT's Arno moving back out into 2nd spot, PSV up to 3rd as well, Feyenoord 4th, and then the chasing pack. Den Haag, Emmen going down, Willem II not too far away either. That's my picks. Be sure to get them in nice early because the games kick off very, very soon. In fact, they'll kick off tomorrow because I'm hopefully, don't look at it. Hopefully we'll be back, of course, next time around, and next time around we will be live, of course, for these round of matches. We'll see anyway. We'll hope that's the end. That's the plan. We'll see how it all goes. Again, be sure to get the video in there. Of course, your picks nice and early. Check out the links down below. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, of course. I'm on Patreon as well. Support the channel in another way. Until then, though, get your picks in. Happy Dutch Day, all that kind of stuff, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Until then, I'm out.